Does Turris's door conjuring ever become like instant or have the ability to become instant?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you might be able to get a thing that brings it down to 10 minutes, which is still quite far from instant and like combat usable.
I was just thinking at like the highest level, he should essentially be able to use his dungeon like a Pokemon, where he just like pulls someone from the dungeon,
He can.
throws him into combat.
That's something he can literally do.
Really?
But it's more limited than opening a door that anyone can go through. I think that's what
Wait,
he's
is that
doing when he's...
that's sort of what he did with the here, right?
I don't know which here you mean, but that's kind of like what he does with the Ascension of the Book
Bahir.
thing.
He
Oh,
said
with the
Bahir.
Bahir. Yeah, correct. That's correct.
Sorry, yeah.
Did I end up... This is a long time ago. Did anyone end up getting the Faith tattoo early in the campaign?
Didn't you give it to Didn't you like give it to Sarah/Saris, and then she was like, "No, this is ugly."
That sounds like me.
I'm just saying that sounds exactly like something Sarah would say. So
Wait, Scene
It's
has
possible.
an item that I think is a tattoo.
It's also possible.
I mean, I'm pulling up the game now.
I don't have anything like that, Varys. I can
you-
assure you.
You do have the Bewitching Bloom
Yeah.
on Scene. Not the same tattoo I was thinking of.
Okay.
I don't have that on my character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably were like, "I don't want this," and then I sold it.
We have no history of that, huh? Where are the records?
Well, I'm not the record keeper in this game. I'm not the accountant for this game, so that's someone else's
Yeah.
job.
You know who is?
Voraktee.
No one.
Oh, no one? I always thought it was Voraktee. Nope, it's not even on Old Steris.
The longer this goes on, the more invisible bro is. Did his power go out?
If his power went out, I think he would have mentioned it. He would have just punched it in on the phone. I assume he's delayed for some other.
You think he would have done that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Specifically commented on how mad you would be about being late to make himself look better because he knew.
Right.
He was banking on me being later than him.
Yeah, I think he was.
He said slightly late, and for the new Konnor, that just means like 15 minutes.
For the new Konnor.
I don't know how long
What-
Konnor's been here, to be honest.
What?
I got here 10
I
minutes
got-
ago.
I got here at the same time as Sarah.
I don't know what time that was.
It was like 4:15.
I think so. It was something like that.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, we proved your point. You're
I wasn't, like,
welcome.
fighting against your point.
We weren't
I,
fighting against your point. We were just clarifying it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Just because you were like, oh, I don't know when Konnor actually got here, and I'm like, I don't know either.
I was like, I left at 3:59 to go make some more coffee. And I've been using, it's my second day of using a pour over, Sarah. And
How's
I've
it
got to
treating
be-
you?
I've got to be honest, I don't know if I'm using it right, but the coffee's okay.
Why don't you think you're using it right? You just pour over.
Sure. I can do that.
That's how I used it. If there's a fancy technique, I don't know it.
I'm not going to say anything because I've never done the technique. I've never had a pour over.
Okay, I was waiting for you to chime in as the resident coffee expert.
I mean, I know.
I was
Oh.
I actually just was grabbing a
There him is.
video.
Wow.
Dylan,
Going
you
right
and
to
I have
James.
talked about James Hoffman,
Of
right?
course, yes.
Okay.
So there you go. That's not the technique, but it is a better.
No, it
technique.
literally is. It used to be called the ultimate V60 technique, and then he updated the video.
made it a little more humble.
Humble. Yeah.
Not to pull away from Voraktee being late.
He really fills that bitch up.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're supposed to for like the bloom.
I suspect Mitchell's coffee will taste even better tomorrow.
Well, one of the things
I
I really
suggest
like about the coffee I got was that it's not super
Bloomy.
it's not super acidic. It's very smooth.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Mmm.
It's very, very smooth, actually.
Very nice.
I agree.
there's a coffee roasting company here. They genuinely have the best coffee I've maybe ever had. Also, it's very cute. Their mascot is a little tanuki.
A tanuki.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Get the nookie. Come on. Sorry.
What?
He's teasing you about the way you pronounced it.
What? How did I pronounce? I thought I said it completely fine.
It's traditionally pronounced Tanuki, or right? Not Nookie.
Okay,
But
I get it.
It's more like ooh, tanuki.
Tanuki.
It's more like ooh. It's more like you push the sound out with your mouth. Rather than saying cookie, it's tanuki, like tanuki. Yeah. It's hard to hear, but it just made me laugh because I was
no,
like,
I know.
you said cookie, like you were like, you said it that I was, and then I just had like an
I'll be
invasive
honest.
thought
I
about.
fully know how it's said. It's just like I don't want to be facetious and say Japanese words in
No,
the,
it's
like-
totally fine. It just when it happens, and I get to laugh about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a little haha about it.
He's never gonna not laugh about something he thinks is funny.
No, I will always laugh.
No, that's totally fair.
And you don't try to morality police me. God damn it.
No
No,
one's
I'm
trying to
not.
morality police you.
I'm saying this for myself. Literally, like for instance, anytime I have to type the
Sarah.
word karaoke.
So Braktee's here now. You're gonna need all these extra mythic points that you're gonna get from.
Why do I
Memory
need all
tab.
these mythic points? You're scaring me.
Huh?
I don't know. You tell me why you need them.
I decline.
Oh, do you decline?
Yeah. You don't need to know anything.
Well, I can't give the recap because my notes are really bad.
This will be the third week in a row of me giving the recap.
Well,
Fourth! Jesus Christ.
now everyone starts with 3 mythic points. So I meant to.
Oh, yeah. So what's the incentive?
I don't have one. I meant to ask people for clever ideas.
Mythic
Oh.
points.
Fourth mythic point.
Seems a little. Seems a little
Oh.
boring.
What if people just give the recap because they like to?
That's fair.
Or because it's a necessary part of our experience?
Not good
We
enough.
can try that for now. It's good enough for me.
You can already impose disadvantage on one of your rolls, right, Varys, with a point?
There may or may not be a feat like that somewhere along the line. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was like built into like hero/mythic points.
Not built in, no.
Oh, okay.
No,
There
but
are
don't
feats
tempt him.
that-
He's been playing with the idea of villain points for a long time.
Well, now I just have them. Like, mythic enemies just have mythic points, and they can do wild stuff with them.
Fantastic.
Like, they have a standard
What?
list of things they can do with them, but then there's also mythic abilities that can grab them and use them for various monster-specific things. So,
What if whoever gives the recap gets a one time for the session imposing disadvantage on one of your NPC's rolls for that session?
Isn't that just a fourth mythic point?
That is
Well,
a
you
fourth
just-
mythic. That's
no,
a
you
fourth mythic point the moment we unlock our like 12th level mythic feats.
You just said that you can't do that with normal mythic points.
I have no idea.
No, that is literally a mythic feat. Well, I'll just do it because I would like to start playing.
Okay.
Excellent.
So I just want you guys to know my notes say holy shit.
Excellent.
Excellent.
There's like
That's it?
three lines
Uh-huh.
blank. I have some notes that I was talking to Varys about after the session
Incredible.
that were not actually related to the session. And I have just holy shit. I wrote 2 words.
Okay, I see now why you were asking me to give the recap.
Okay, well, I mean, I can remember. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm doing it off the dome. So you can't be mad at me if I just glaze over something that happened to you because I did not write it down.
Well, that's why we ask
Anyways,
for
last
additions at the
time
end.
on Monsters Against the Void, we finished off some Nalu after the horrible whirlpool that he created when we tried to destroy his eggs on the crystal. He got really, really mad, but we really, really volleyballed him into non-existence with Turkon being super extra big. The ley line energy got cleared and we got to go back up, but it made a lot of rumble, so Scry and her mercenaries started mobilizing and tried to get to the Arx before we could get back. And after an interlude of she's not who she says she is, the mercenaries back down, but she used the little eye wispy thing to teleport into the Arx and try to get to the core and dominate it. At which point we chased after her, some faster than others. Some of us were the guy in the vent. That was Turkon. He was basically crawling through a vent the entire time, but was still faster than some people. And Karis managed to knock her off the core after she failed to dominate it and hold her. And Bates stabbed her, and then everyone else showed up, and Steris managed to come in and start
ruin Bates'
the
fun.
dialogue and ruin Bates' fun. And after a very emotional back and forth, Scry kinda started seeing the idea that maybe the perspective that she's being fed is not the most is maybe a little more narrow than that she was led to believe. But still said that she is probably very, very, very dangerous to be around because it wasn't Oro that resurrected her. It was the Rot Mother, and that's like the short name. It's a very, very long name. And so that kind of means that she's like probably just keyed into whatever Scry might be doing at any given time, possibly. But the Arx had a convenient stasis chamber, and so we shoved her in that. And we're like, oh, by the way, you're about to... And then she got stasised. We also know that Sig, the other sister, is headed east over the mountains. That's just a little piece of strategical information that I thought was important that everyone might want to remember. Maybe that might come in handy sometime.
Here's helping.
Yeah. That's the general short and skinny of it. We're ready to roll. We collected the mercenaries. The mercenaries are now on board. And are tentatively peaceful with us.
Yeah, they're on board the Arx. We don't know if they're on board with us quite yet.
They will be, though. They will be.
Taurus will work his magic.
I'm gonna sweet talk those mercenaries to make them our mercenaries. And yeah, that's the recap. I don't need anything for it. It's fine.
That's good.
Praise would be nice.
Out of the goodness of your heart, you're so great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Oh,
You've done such a service.
Thanks.
All right.
Anyway, I stabbed Turris.
Ah!
That's good. That's good. It's been a long time coming.
Not with a spoon.
The callbacks.
He doesn't need a sharp edge. Crazy.
I mean, if you think about it,
I do
Turris is
have
really...
cutlery that is my size, so.
I mean, Turris is really just like. I'm trying to remember the process by which they make cotton candy.
He's
just spun sugar?
That's why whenever he bleeds, it just wisps of.
Yeah, he's
Wisps of
basically just like ley line energy that's been spun like cotton candy.
I like that. I like that approximation. I enjoy that. I agree. That's why he's fascinated with Leyland energy. He's just like a conduit for it.
It makes sense. Any comments, additions, anything like that?
The boss fight with Sumnalu was scary, intimidating.
And not at all easy.
Not at all
Konnor.
easy.
It was very hard. I would very much so like for never another fight to be that hard ever again.
No one even went down. No one even went unconscious.
Oh,
There was
in my
played
heart, though.
We played very strategically.
Heart?
You did. You did.
We played very strategically.
Fate cheesed the mechanics so hard to get everyone out of that whirlpool. Like,
You're not
So
wrong.
hard.
Reading is really easy, guys.
If someone
It
did
was
become
cheese,
unconscious
though. It was super cheese.
and was stuck in the void tears while unconscious, that would have been bad really fast. Unfortunately, everyone got away clean. And now you guys have mythic points, and I'm never gonna get away with anything again.
If
You
I
got
really
him
had
too,
to,
though.
I would
I
have
do.
just like unsummoned Armus, and he would have been fine. And then we would have tried to get like Turkon out or something some other way.
Also, last session, Queen Redmore
Oh yeah,
is really down with Isha now. Totally
Yeah.
on board.
down bad. I'd go so far to say
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
down bad.
Why bad? Why can't
No,
it
this
be
is bad in the good sense.
No,
Oh,
bad in the good
okay,
sense.
okay,
She-
okay,
You know,
okay.
like if you're down bad for somebody, that means you're
Yeah.
like, oh man.
That means you're
She's a
like
baddie.
really.
Yeah, she's a baddie,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
exactly. This was a compliment.
It was a compliment. Yeah, it was a compliment.
Sorry, I was channeling my boomer.
Dude, you're already in it. You're already in it.
Isha just being like, I don't understand the way kids talk these days.
They never say what they mean. What they say is the
Yeah.
opposite of what they mean.
Groovy Daddy-O's.
Speaking of Isha, we will begin at the top of the tower with Queen Redmore's words, the down bad words apparently, echoing across the city below, along with the sound of Dravis just huffing and puffing as he is slicing at these Ruchalics that are flying in, attempting to interrupt this ritual as best they can. And Dravis keeping up with their assault as best he can, doing a pretty good job, pretty reasonable job. But we see that like one of his pauldrons has been more or less disintegrated, like the last couple pieces of it kind of like clank off after being unraveled as he gets assaulted by one more Ruchalic before shoving it off and slicing it in half. And then we see the couple of wounds that he has sustained kind of... He looks down in surprise, stands up like a little straighter as these wounds start to close a little bit. And he looks around a little confused, first at the cocoon kind of behind him, and then kind of turns and sees instead Isilia Aldane arriving at the top of the tower, having cast a heal spell on him, and he kind of like gives her a nod, sees her start to approach the cocoon, kind of like look it over, and goes back to his task. And Isilia kind of looks over this light cocoon, like a bit of curiosity and wonder, taking it in for a moment before saying, can you hear me in there?
Of course.
Well, I have finished communing, and your domain has been borrowed and held for a long time. Too long, I think. And it's about time it was returned to you. And I have Denala's blessing to do so. So I hope that that satisfies the request that you were making, and I can begin at once.
Oh, sweet child. There's sort of like a face that is sort of like pushing out against the like barrier, like the skin of the cocoon, I guess. You do not understand what I have asked of you, but that is fine. I appreciate what you've done for me nonetheless. I suppose I shouldn't chide you for not fully understanding what I have asked.
She kind of furrows her brow, a little confused. I assumed you wanted that piece of divinity that belongs to you returned?
As I have said, it is nice of you to have done so. But I have woven around me a piece of the sun itself. Denala may have stolen the sun from us. But after this, it was inevitable that I would have it back. But maybe this will make speaking with her easier.
She kind of furrows her brow and thinks for a moment. If that is not what you require, then what do you ask of us?
You are like a cup. You carry within you a piece of Denala's divinity. She is like me. She is capable of imparting parts of her divinity to others. When you cleared my trial, you were already invested upon, so you could not receive my divinity.
That rings true. We have a connection, but it is not the same as the others.
What I ask is that she fills with just a tiny drop of what she has given you into that tiny little rock which sits below me. The essence that she brought here from the other world.
Celia kind of like looks down at the rock confused. And like starts to kneel down to go to pick it up. And then her eyes flash green for a moment, and she kind of like emits a kind of a strange sound and like closes her eyes, puts a hand to her head, just and wavers a little bit. It looks almost like she's gonna fall over for a moment. And Dravis, who has continued to fight this whole time, kind of like does a double take and like reaches over and kind of like steadies her. And then there is a flash, and I think we are inside of this more expansive kind of egg shape of light from the inside. Looking at a shape that is maybe not the entirety of the Isha we remember from this vantage point. And accompanied by one more figure who looks very much like Acelia, but like older, more less of a like warm expression on her face. Hair kind of like longer, almost like fading out to like a strange combination of like branches and fire as it goes like past her, past like the, you know, like halfway down her back. It kind of like fades into this combination of elements like rain and waves, and her skin is more similar to some of these other humans we have seen from this other world, more kind of like earthy, like red clay kind of color to it. And maybe like there aren't many wrinkles to this face, but it just looks, it gives the impression of being like ancient and carved by time. And And her brow is furrowed and creased as she looks at, as this kind of like half-formed spiritual form looks at Isha. You ask for more than I think you know. I've already given-
I don't believe I do.
I have dedicated much of that divine spark to keeping my siblings slumbering. For the sake of those that live on this world. What I have left I would go to undoing some of the harms that I have caused. Do you wish to borrow some?
I wish to give it away.
This is not some ploy to empower yourself.
I do not need to do so. I'm not building something grand. I have no plans beyond saving this world.
She kind of like looks you over, tilts her head just a little bit.
If you require, I have portions of my old divinity that I still maintain. Domains that have not been taken from me for millennia. We can collaborate, perhaps.
GM question, do you really have no designs for the future beyond saving the world from the Seraph?
That is broadly or specifically?
Broadly, I would say. Does this request have something to do with saving the world?
This request, yes.
Okay. And she appraises you for a long moment. If I do this, then there will be a time when you must go to the ceiling tree at Eden. And you must bring the tower. This Ishia's boy.
His name is Turris. I think you'll quite like him.
I suppose I do already have a... And she kind of like stops, shakes her head a little bit. If you can do this, then it will be done. You will have this seed of divinity that you wish for. And she waits for a moment and then says, "And so will it be done?"
I was hoping perhaps to have this before, but I suppose if the only way you'll play ball is for me to take Turris to you, then perhaps there is nothing more I can do.
You
I
misunderstand.
must accept.
I will grant the seed now. I'll just require this repayment later.
I accept. And to ease the burden, Isha sort of like pulls from her. She like reaches inside of herself and pulls out a like a rib bone. To make it easier for the both of us, I suppose.
But she'll take it, give you an inquisitive look, kind of nod. I understand why Scholar found you so curious. And she'll like turn and start to float kind of like toward the edge of the shell of the cocoon. And then when she gets to the edge, there will be kind of like a flash. And then we'll be back outside of the cocoon, and we'll see Acelia kind of like shake her head a little bit and like wave Dravis off and kind of like steady herself. Kind of blink her eyes a little bit, and she'll pick up the stone that you.
The rib bone that we saw in the spirit realm, I guess we'll say like in the spiritual realm of Isha's cocoon, is now a like actual literal cocoon.
Gotcha. Sorry. Which is an actual literal cocoon now?
I turned the rib bone.
I
which
see.
yeah.
And that is now also in, like, literally in Acelia's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she like goes to reach for the stone and then is like holding this cocoon. She looks very confused. She did not witness any of this, but she'll take both. And start to descend the tower. And that is where we will leave that seed for now. Back in the Arx, we will see everyone kind of entering the central crystal room once more. After just moments after having the conversation with Scry. The others that you have gathered up. Oh, right. I think that did happen after. The others that you've gathered up are in the courtyard up above. Some of them are lingering in the hallways. There's 7 of them after all. But they're afoot, but not in this direct room with you all. And as you are walking back in, that central crystal will kind of like light up, and you will all hear there are 10 minutes until relocation is possible. and ready. As this is your first time using the function, would you like me to go over some limitations and uses of the arcs?
Proceed.
I think that would. Yes.
Very well. This kind of short-range jump will only be possible after settling upon a ley line and channeling energy into the arcs for a number of days. 4 to be precise. So this jump feature is not capable while the arcs is mobile. Similarly, the shielding around the arcs can only be activated while the arcs is stationary, and again, channeling the power of the ley lines below. That can be temporarily activated for a period of 1 hour if a combat situation occurs. But that will entirely drain the defensive energy stores of the arcs. Any questions?
If you didn't name this episode Arcs for Dummies, then I don't know.
Okay, to recap. Short distance jump has a 4-day recharge on a ley line. Shield can't be used while we're moving. And it also has to be recharged for 4 days?
Shield can be activated anytime. Yeah, correct. It has a
Has a 1 hour.
that is a single day recharge
Oh, okay.
once you settle the arcs into a position.
1 day recharge. Great.
So basically,
And then
once per day, you can turn on the shields for an hour.
Whether or not it's moving, right? Like, it recharges even if it's moving?
That's easier. That's easier if we do it that way. That will passively recharge over the course of a day,
Yeah. Okay.
and it can be turned on if you stop moving.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so this jump is instantaneous?
Relatively
How long?
instantaneous.
Okay. Great. I thought we'd be flying in this thing for days.
Oh, still very might well be.
Well, it sounded like after 10 minutes it'll be ready to jump.
Crystal, what is the travel speed of it flying? When we jump somewhere, we'll still have to move about, right?
Yeah, true.
That is correct. The travel speed of it's relatively comparable to the travel speed of like a ship at sea, but you are not obviously can fly, and you are not beholden to the wind. Do I know those speeds off the top of my head? No, I don't.
It's 5 squares a
I'm
day.
walking. Oh.
And what of the primary weapon?
If you are referring to the there are a couple of defensive weapons. Well, there are a couple of weapons available. The most powerful weapon that has been discussed several times, the Leyline Core Surge, expends all defensive energy, such as that required to use the shield, and that required to make any teleportation. And it only harms creatures that have boarded the Arx. It is purely a defensive measure. Such a blast can only be sustained at a short distance. Beyond that, a ballista of sorts can be raised to each of the towers at the top of the Arx. There are, of course, the golems as well, for short-range defenses.
But how was the Arx used to thwart the evils of this land ages ago with the wolf family? Was it this core surge?
It was the core surge that was used to power a spell specific to Rudel. That is most useful, as you have already seen, against weaker aberrations. Stronger creatures such as Somnalu, or indeed the Seraph, would be more resilient to such a strike.
Well, we need such a strike. A very nasty winged reptile. It's torn a hole in the fabric of reality that we need to close.
My tactical suggestion would be to lure the creature onto the Arx for a most concentrated blast.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
A wider area attack would simply weaken it, which could be useful and beneficial to a follow-up strike. But it would not defeat this creature outright.
So we're going to have to bait it onto the Arx.
Or weaken it with the Arx from outside and finish it ourselves. But let's not discredit what Isha and her retinue might have thought up in our absence.
All we know is that Isha is trying to garner some sort of power for herself, recharge herself, but and she herself said that the Arx is what is going to help defeat this this rift, this beast.
And I have no doubt it will. But the method we use, perhaps we can't quite decide that yet until we know what all we're working with.
Well, the problem is we could be within the creature's realm of influence within, depending on this jump, within the hour. We need to establish the plan now.
Wasn't it Isha's intention to secure the city?
I thought Isha was very unspecific about what she was planning on doing to like the group. Like we don't really know what she's up to exactly, right? Like she didn't really outline a game plan or anything.
I do think...
I mean, never, but...
I don't remember exactly what was said, but I do think, like, secure... I think you guys get the impression that she's trying to secure the capital and kind of ensure that there is a seat of power to work from of some sort.
Okay, I just didn't want to like operate on meta information.
Mitchell can correct me if that is...
I'm
Not
pretty
very
sure that I very specifically said secure the city.
Very well.
That's what I thought.
Okay,
Which is still fairly vague, but you know at least that much.
Incredibly vague, but I'ma just trust that the city is secured.
much.
So as much as we are absolutely jumping into potentially dangerous territory, but I think it'd be impossible for us to come up with a fully comprehensive plan without collaborating with our other allies.
So
We also don't know the state of the city. I think at this point, we have to just trust that it'll be secure.
So we jump the Arx to the city then.
That was my understanding. Where else would we go?
Can we make it that far? What is the maximum range?
Great question. We just abscond wherever the hell we feel like it. Great.
This
I know where a
is
ley
the-
line nexus is, guys. Sorry.
The distance is greater if jumping to a ley line convergence or ley line nexus that the Arx has been near before and attuned to.
Can we get a list of those?
You will find the list on this world is currently rather small. However, the entirety of the regions that you would call Temel, Rudel, and Lanova are available.
I remember down Lenovo. Okay. We can jump basically anywhere that has an established ley line in those areas, is what I'm hearing.
That it's been attuned to.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the attunement process like, Crystal?
Very similar to staying stationary to recharge the jump capability itself.
Easy enough.
I just need a little time, a couple of days in a region to map out the ley lines in the area. Once that processing is done, I will be able to jump to anywhere in that region from quite a distance.
Impressive stuff.
Very well. Focus on Rudel. We need to find the closest ley line to the capital. Can I do one of those, like, because I assume this crystal has no idea where the capital is. Can I,
Well-
like...
I mean, he's attuned to it. I think he could tell.
He's attuned to ley lines, but that doesn't mean
You
he knows where a
guys-
modern city is.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's fair.
The way you are conveying ideas to this crystal is conveniently presented as language, however, that it is not limited to language. So,
Oh, great.
if you like envision the place, that gives the Arx a pretty good idea of where it needs to go.
Right, okay. I was gonna do exactly that. See if I can like put my hand on the crystal and like impart like versus direct knowledge of the location or something like that, but that's pretty good. That anyone can do that.
We can jump very near this city itself. There's currently large energy fluctuations in the area, so a direct jump is risky,
Mhm.
but we can jump near enough.
You call my energy large, bro?
Dude, you got big energy fluctuations.
Calling you chaotic and hard to understand. Hard to-
Indeed.
They're old codes. They don't check out though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I see.
Well, this will be very useful in terms of mapping out ley lines, as I've been desired to do.
That is one of this facility's specializations.
Oh, Crystal, I think we're going to be fast friends.
You will find that I was designed and created without emotions, so such attachments as friendship are difficult for me to comprehend.
You're still more amicable than Isha, so I appreciate you for it.
We'll take your word for it on both counts.
Rude.
Oh, I'm so proud. On another note, Simulacrum, how are you feeling now that the ley line's been freed? Are you sticking around?
My curiosity about the situation has been sated. I know the fate of Somnalu, as well as the at least short-term fate of the Arx. So I will be departing shortly. I will be rejoining with the rest of myself to convey this information that I've learned.
Well,
I
good luck
wish
getting there.
I wish you success in reconvening.
I have no doubt that I will successfully find my way back. If you have any more questions before I depart, now would be the time.
Oh God. I didn't have any prepared.
Yeah, I was trying to think.
I
So
only
much else going
interrogated
on.
her for like an hour. Oh, God.
There's so much else going on. I hadn't thought about any other questions that I wanted to ask.
Obviously, this means it's Turkon and Scene's turn to interrogate the simulacrum.
Yeah.
We were hogging it the whole time, and
That's
I know they've
true.
just been so
How
eager.
dare you?
No,
I've been
know.
waiting. I've been waiting to get a word in edgeways for the last hour.
Dude, I know. So this is me stepping back, really opening this up. You have the floor.
Hug the floor. It's mine.
Oh, perfect response. I'm not going to torture myself with trying to come up with stuff. If I had questions, I'd have questions. So Cirrus will tell her, I appreciate all the answers you've given. I think we have plenty of food for thought.
I suppose my last question would be, how do you suppose that the leaders of the Veilspire are going to react, knowing that, we're in control of the Arx?
I do not know their current state. I do imagine they will be quite confused to see anyone but us controlling the Arx. Alarmed, perhaps. Do not be surprised if they are distrustful.
Is there anything that you can impart to us to, perhaps rally their favor and, convince them to do more than just hold up in their own fortress? Actually do some good in the world?
Tell them the time has come for them to be called, and I wish for them to rejoin the fight. I, the Lady of the Cosmos, wish for them to rejoin the fight. They may not believe these words out of hand. They should give you a place to start. Tell them that it is up to their determination whether they will do more harm than good, for the reasons that I have already discussed with you. And without being there myself, I believe that is the best I can do. Truly, even if they accept your words as true, they'll still be somewhat breaking our codes to follow them. But for your
I
sake,
think it's-
perhaps their judgment will lead them in that direction.
I think it's time for new codes, wouldn't you say? This is the turning of an age. Fate of the world sort of things.
See what I think when I'm all together again.
Let us hope. And this rot mother. Can you tell us about anything about her that we might not already know?
Kind of a look of anger kind of like flashes over her face. We have had very little contact with the Rot Mother herself. Our weakening and our fall was very swift after our first run-in with the Seraph. Chased us very efficiently back to our world. There's kind of like a bit of hesitation. I think there is a little of value that I can convey to you.
Very well. I suppose then my last question, very last, is there a message you'd like us to impart to Isha when we see her next?
Her eyes kind of like drop from making eye contact with you. Kind of like look around the rest of the room. My own feelings about things are several centuries, I suppose, out of date. I do not want to misrepresent the rest of me.
All this my nubile sense of curiosity, but I still believe that you yourself have a unique perspective that is as valid as any other part of you.
And Isha knew you of that time. So she's aware of that part of you. And perhaps your words would reach her regardless of any inaccuracies that might come of you being whole again.
Yes, and you are the part of you that deigned to see Isha again in some sort of manner here, which did not happen. If you have no message, that's fine. I merely mean to suggest that perhaps your thoughts are more valid than you give them credit for.
Show him how crazy you are.
Perhaps it is enough to tell them that I waited here. Part of me waited here for several hundred years. And that they were not here. Perhaps that will give Isha enough to ponder.
Very well. He'll nod at her and then to Steris and the others.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. We'll need it.
The Arx serves you well, and I hope that you serve it well. And I hope that I see you all soon.
As do I. It'll be an honor to hear from you once you're whole again.
Kind of nods. I do not mean this in a disrespectful way. But I do not mean to entrust our war to you. And I hope that I can be there to finish it.
I respect that.
On your way then. She kind of closes her eyes and kind of like starts to flicker a little bit. And after a moment of that flickering, there's kind of like a one last flash and then a wisp of like smoke kind of rising into the air before that too disappears.
So, Taurus, what are you going to do about these new recruits?
And whip them into shape, of course.
Wouldn't it be easier to just kick them off the Arx once we get out of this area? Maybe we can just drop them off back where they came from?
I have no doubt in my mind that many of them would desire that the most. But this is a large vessel? Yes, this is a large vessel. We have its defenses, but also the extra defenses we can muster, especially if we have to lure that winged beast here. Need every card that we can play in our favor. So if we can recruit these mercenaries, either via noble goals or heavy coin, and I
Hopefully
simply
our
don't think
noble
would hurt.
goals are enough.
I suppose it depends on the person. As we've dearly learned, mercenaries often find their work for a wide variety of reasons. Kind of looks at Steris knowingly.
Indeed.
I think it's time. I believe we still have some time as the Arx not only is recharged, but
We've definitely been talking for 10 minutes.
but it also needs to find the correct lay point to jump to, right?
I think you're underestimating Crystal's ability.
Crystal's my new best friend. I would never.
I have already calculated a route to our destination.
Very good. We'll at least inform the mercenaries of what's about to happen next. Maybe I'll broach the topic of about what happens next.
Excellent. It is best to keep clear of the walls while we are in transit.
Duly noted. Wait to find out why.
I know. So you recommend us just standing in open space, not leaning or holding on to something?
To be clear, I mean the outer walls of the arcs, the
Oh.
parapets, the outer doors, the edge of the hangar bay.
Thank you for clarifying, Crystal.
So just stay inside. Close.
Got it. Well, let's go warn them.
Right. We'll go find where the largest bundle of mercenaries are with the leader.
All right.
Well, their
yeah.
leader's in the... Sorry. We know where their leader is. She's in stasis.
Well, leader. But they, yeah.
The actual member of Amber and Ash, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you find them, you inform them that you'll be jumping shortly. Anything specific you'd like to say?
If any of you don't want to jump, there's a waterfall right there, and she'll point to the opening. Feel free to take a dip.
Right. No, we'd rather... This jump of yours sounds just fine, just perfect for us. We'd rather not get any more wet than we already have, and rather not find our way out of here. So, no. We'll stay right here.
And I assume that we kind of have an idea of, like, where around the main city we're going to be, like, apparating, right?
Yeah. You have some selection of choice there if you'd like. The picture you get is kind of just over the river, kind of like southwest of the city.
How many miles away would that be?
Less than 5.
Dang.
Like, you just can't jump right into the city right now.
Yeah. But, like, it's like one of those, like, it's gonna be like one of those moments in Star Wars where the Star Destroyers just pop into existence outside the city. Can I do that? Can we hyperspace and just go?
It is something like that. Yeah.
So I'll convey where we're gonna end up. Yeah, actually, very important question. How do we go touch ground after we're floating in midair? Like, how do we like exit the arcs?
You have to jump.
Oh, we have to jump.
Whether you're asking me or the crystal, rope ladder would work. You can get decently low. Usually this place would connect to like sky cities. Like it lived most of its life as the center of a sky city.
Right.
The answer you get is if you say something about the rope ladder, that is a viable option. However, there is also the skiff in the hangar. Only one is operable right now, as the other one has been horribly crushed. But the skiff will ferry you to the ground.
Does it actually have, like, it's like a big metal griffin, right? Like, does it have?
Correct.
How many people can like seat safely?
It can, let's see. It can seat 10 medium-sized creatures. A large
Dang.
creature will count for 4 of those.
Right, your gun. Okay, well, that is a super viable option then.
How many, like, how far off the ground are we whenever we teleport?
You can get as low as... You can get pretty low. You can get low enough that the crystal at the bottom is, like, effectively 10 feet above the ground. It will be turbulent weather for anyone directly below the crystal, but...
So, say if I was to, jump off the side of the Arx.
You got wings.
Even if you can't fly, jumping off the side of the Arx, you'd only sustain about 40, 50 damage.
Only.
And if you have fall break effects...
I'm a master, by the way.
This guy.
Just jumping off is a viable option for some people.
All right.
With that feat, would I still sustain damage?
Let's see. If you're a master... I lost my chat.
I doubt he's a master in acrobatics.
I am a master in acrobatics.
If you're a master, you take no damage.
Oh yeah, I guess you. Yeah, sorry, I forget how many master skills we get at this level.
Yeah, some archetypes kind of bump you up as well.
Yep.
So yeah, very viable for Turcon to just cannonball off. If the Arx is at its lowest point, which is not how it typically would travel, it can just like lower itself that much.
Before we make the jump, Sterisil kind of looked in the direction we're heading towards Temel, activating her vengeful sight to see if she can glean anything, either Isha's location or Trebear.
Yeah, there's I think at this point you get kind of an interesting sight. You know how far away... Actually, this isn't quite simultaneous to that effect. I still think you get kind of an interesting... Instead of seeing the precise outline of Isha, at the moment, there's like a kind of almost a fog effect that distance away. Unmoved, still where it was. Just in a very strange shape at the moment. And like much more dispersed.
The glow that activates, or the glow that kind of fills Steris's eyes and kind of is diffused through the veil that she wears, disperses, and she'll kind of give a bit of a low chuckle. Say, Isha is definitely up to something.
Why do you say that?
When I looked before, when we were leaving the Oradine Manor, her form was very distinct in my gaze. Now it's a fog over the city.
Fog. How novel. And this is kind of like, this would be like an aside before, like while we're walking to the mercenaries or something, but I think...
Yeah, indeed.
Curse would kind of like reply saying, well, we don't know what to expect at the city. Hopefully Isha's okay. Her plans are going accordingly.
If what she was hoping to do was amass power, she certainly has spread herself through the entire city.
I will admit that I worry that with what Isha's doing and how I assume how plain as day it is to see. And then when the Arx appears there, I'm greatly worried that the winged beast is going to give us no time at all, and might, in fact, come to us as soon as we appear.
Turris, from what I remember, that winged beast was expending all of its energy and attention to keep that rift open.
Yes, well, it might decide to change its priorities when it sees the Arx. We just need to be prepared if it does. I think it's
Well-
doubly important that we recruit these mercenaries. Stay on board.
Oh, we're just going to casually ask them to defend this ship from a dragon.
A what?
From the winged beast. Sorry.
To
From
be
my
fair,
mother.
You wouldn't know it's a dragon either.
It's true. You're right.
Thank
That
you.
damn
Thank you.
meta information. You're so right. From the winged beast.
Can I just say, occasionally there are things you mess up as a game master. Like, one of the biggest things I do is just accidentally say some shit that spoils some shit. And I am the most mad that I just said the word dragon before you guys saw the creature. It made me so mad that I flubbed that.
Ah, it's
How
okay.
does it make you feel that your players are playing more ignorant of the situation than you are?
I appreciate that.
I think it's very important to stay true to the lore.
God,
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing how you convince them.
Well, as we said, coin or call.
Or we can threaten them.
Oh my god, Bait's still here.
I was wondering when you'd show up again.
Just tell them if they don't fight, I'll eat them.
Right. I'll make sure that's in the footnotes somewhere.
That's option 3.
Better yet, I'll just go tell them right now.
That's quite fine. We have some things to go forward with before.
Great,
Any
I'll go
other
tell them
kind-
right now.
No, that's fine. As in, that's fine that you shouldn't do that. Not that's fine that you should do.
So it's not fun.
No,
It's
I
fine
think
that it's
it
not
might-
fine.
how about you threaten them first, Bait, and then our options will look that much more appealing.
I mean, I'm gonna go threaten them right now.
Proceed.
I'll give him 5 minutes.
I need 35. I can do it in 35 seconds.
I'll give him a minute.
Effective.
Before we even get to the mercenaries, Big goes there.
Mhm.
And we'll
What's
like
the what's
walk
the
in.
door situation right now? Did you conjure one in here? Is there
Oh, yeah,
not?
yeah,
Did we
yeah,
close
yeah,
the one?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure the one we had out in the hall got closed before, Great.
If I haven't had the time to draw the door inside yet, I will be doing so in the crystal room sometime.
okay. Sounds good.
I also need to figure out my extra ability.
Yeah, I was incorrect when I said you only had 2 to choose from, by the way. There's like a third one further down the list that doesn't have a prerequisite.
Oh, let's go. I'm gonna pull this back up again.
It's just I think I called it guest key. It just lets someone else draw the door.
Mm. Okay, I'm looking at those. Anyhow, we're gonna give Bait like a 40 to 60 second lead, and then we're gonna come in on the mercenaries.
I don't know if Bait wants to play out the specifics.
I think he already did.
Yeah, I'm not there.
All right.
He said, I'll give you 5 minutes. I said, I'm walking away. I'll do it in 35 seconds.
Then after
It takes 30 seconds to walk there.
yeah. All right. Yeah. So after about 35 seconds, at 37 seconds, you hear a shouted
I'd like to see you try, you mangy lizard feller.
And that's our cue to enter.
correct. You can't you see
He said, I'd like to see you try. And I'm
Bait's like, yeah, I can show you.
like, are you sure?
Bait's found a place to hide.
Like how literally Bait takes stuff.
As you guys are coming around the corner, then you see the that
Bait has the cat guy pinned.
and the halfling is there, like trying to like starting to pull you off. It's like the cat folk is like trying to get out, and then the rest of you come around the corner, and the halfling does like a double take and just like lets go of Bait. Just like
Finally, and he just starts biting.
you hear the cat folk just stop it, just like trying to
Fight or die.
There's Mortal Kombat going on behind the halfling. And the halfling turns to address you and is like,
Have I heard this right? Have I heard that that we're being pressed into service under penalty of consumption?
Being eaten? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Indeed.
Pay no mind to Bait. He's passionate and hungry.
as the older, more seasoned gentleman manages to like get his gauntlet like in Bait's mouth, just to, like try to help his friend.
I'm sure that'll work. I'm sure we
Yeah.
don't need to tell Bait to stop. It'll work itself out. It's fine.
Yeah, just let that happen.
I remove his gauntlet.
That's actually true. Yes, correct. He's like trying to pull your mouth away from his friend, and then you just like rip his gauntlet off.
A little hard to ignore him, I'd say. So what is the deal then?
So, we will be, this facility will be transporting momentarily.
Right.
By the way, make sure none of your people are on the outer walls or leading off any precipices or anything like that before we jump.
All right, good to know.
Stay inside, yes.
Weren't planning any expeditions outside.
Just in case. You never know if one of your crew is rather adventurous and wants to lean out the window, as it were, as we go.
Taurus, we're jumping in seconds. Get to the point.
Right. Anyhow, we'll be very close to the main city. At which point, you and your crew are more than welcome to depart. If you would like to go and take another job and wait for the end of the world. Anyways.
Well, that seems like it's a little bit dramatic, I'd say.
Dramatic, but true. As the very mission to secure this this fortress, well, it does hinge on the fate of the world.
Right, sure. Well, we would get more work. We're in quite high demand. We're very skilled. Very good at what we do. Lines out the door waiting for our work. Pay good money.
But does it work worthy of you? That's my question. What?
In the background. Bait is describing the flavor and chewiness of the catfolk.
The flavor and chewiness of the catfolk.
I didn't see that. I was behind my mic.
Well, the coin is worthy of us, certainly.
Your coin's gonna be useless if this
Oh, coin's never useless.
Oh, it will be.
Oh, it
When
won't be.
It will be when I eat you.
If you think he's
There won't
gamey,
be.
you'd hate to try halfling.
No,
Not
I'll
gonna ask.
simmer you.
I can ask how you know that.
Stir you with that big fork.
Well, regardless of what you choose, know that we're jumping into a war zone. And whether or not you're able to find work, I guess that's your business. But I doubt there'll be many opportunities that don't involve you having to escape mortal danger. Might as well put your skills to use fighting for us.
That sounds an awful lot like putting us into mortal danger.
which you'll be in regardless.
And at least this way, you'll have a fighting chance to help turn the tide. So that your coin will be worth something at the end of the day. I am making no light of the situation when I say this seraph means to wipe the slate clean, devour everything in the realm, subjugate and obliterate everything.
Well,
You
the folks
see-
who already kind of circle the fringes of society are pretty good at getting by in dire straits anyway. We're not used to a cushy life, I'd say.
So is
Not
your
saying-
loyalty solely to coin, or do you answer to a higher power?
Coin's about it for Amber and Ash, I'd say. Of which I have not heard an offer along the lines of this considerable danger that you're saying you'd like to put us in.
I don't know why you're not just warping them in and then just forcing them to do it.
I'm leaning towards that bait. I'm leaning towards it.
We are not here to press people into servitude.
Yeah, but they won't have much of a choice. They'll have to fight for their lives.
Why? You
then.
put someone in stasis.
That was for their own good.
Put someone in
This can be for
stasis.
their own good too if you say it is.
It is for their own good, but they have to make the decision.
What's a stasis?
It's what
No.
happens when I stab you with my spear.
Not
That just sounds like a wound. That sounds like an injury.
He doesn't know what he's talking.
He's insane.
And hungry.
Yeah, that one I can vouch.
You're really meaning to tell me that if you line your coin purse, it doesn't matter if the very civilization around you crumbles.
If civilization crumbles around me, I'd rather have it happen with coin in my pocket. And I'd rather be around to see it.
Some mercenary.
Can I
This is typically what mercenaries are motivated by.
No. I've changed my mind. This is far too above their pay grade. Far too dangerous for them. They won't be able to do it anyways. You're right. We will see you off as we get to the other side.
And you're welcome to jump off the ship once we land.
Hope you have a rope ladder.
Now we have the skills. To be clear, we are very
No,
Adaptable?
I understand now.
just need proper motivation, and the well-being of others ain't quite enough for us.
That's
How
the
much
well-being of
motivation?
yourselves.
And how much motivation are we talking about?
more than we've made on this rock. For sure.
Bait?
She kind of alternates she thinks on that for a minute, alternates like touching like her fingers to her thumbnail, kind of like back and forth.
10 gold per person per month.
2.
2 a pittance. I can make 2 gold strolling down the street.
No, you don't.
2 gold and I don't kill you right here.
I can if there's enough rich folks on that street. Shut up, you!
Wow.
Call it 8.
5 and I'll make sure Bait behaves.
She like glances back.
6 and bait behaves.
5, and I guarantee you, if you stay with us, then you'll actually have something to spend your gold on by the end of it.
She rolls her eyes.
Fine.
Puts out a hand.
Yeah, puts out his hand.
Shake on it. And then like turns and kind of like whistles. Gives a sharp whistle that I won't force everyone to sit through on my microphone.
Got new employment. It'll be 4 gold to each of you per month.
I like her. I actually kind of like her.
Oh, I see. I see.
There's some like grumbles, and then the cat folk just like,
Can you please get this one off me?
All right, Bait. Let's find you something less gamey to eat.
What do I get?
let's see. What kind of you going for his pockets?
Yep.
Are you trying to go for gold, or are you trying to go for something more interesting?
I don't really care.
Okay.
He's not leaving here without this stuff.
Okay.
He's leaving here. He's leaving this place without whatever I have.
The name collector. You get a one or two.
2.
You get a scroll of protection. Rank 1.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
Nice.
Thanks.
Well, tourists, they can't all be recruited on morals.
It's fine.
Bait is like picking the fur out with the scroll. You should have just stabbed him.
They're much less effective when they're injured, Bait.
Yeah, but they're
I
easier
am-
to coerce.
Catfolk stands up with like patches of fur missing.
As we're like walking away, Bait kind of like it says the stairs like the Bait's favor. I'm fairly certain they would still accept being paid after being stabbed. It would still probably be 8 gold though.
You gotta stab him again. Every stab is 2 gold.
And that's on research based, right?
Factual and
Mhm.
historical.
I didn't know you were such an academic, Bait.
No, I just like to stab people.
Oh, I see.
Well, when the situation is different, maybe we'll try your way next time.
I recommend it. It's a good one.
All right, are we ready then?
Crystal's already jumped without us even noticing.
Yeah. Wait a second.
The jump
No,
is
what-
prepared at your word. Before we depart, would you like to designate, scene of auction, a communications officer?
That sounds appropriate. Would you like to be communications officer, Sing?
Oh, I thought I was being asked if I would want to designate something.
That's
You are
that's what I
correct. You are
understood.
correct.
Oh, I thought
You can designate yourself, but you are correct.
I see. I thought
Oh.
communications because he's like the entertainer and like.
I was actually gonna say that I think you'd be a good communications officer, tourist, but I mean, I'll take it, I guess.
What does the role entail?
Yeah, what does it actually do?
I can maintain contact with the communications officer at a distance. I can only designate one at a time. Commands would be relayed back and forth at a distance of... at a planet-wide distance.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and use me. I'll be the beacon.
Very well. And for a moment, there is like a soft and then sharper ringing in your ears. And
Used to it.
after a moment,
Nice.
it kind of like stops. And then you hear in your head, connection established. We will be able to communicate at long distances.
Like a speaker. Amp, I guess.
Well then, I think we're ready to make the jump.
Excellent. The jump
Cool,
will...
then.
We're prepared to jump. Then it will occur in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time kind of like slows for a moment. There is kind of this lurch, this kind of flip in your stomach that feels very much like stepping through Turris's door, but it lasts significantly longer, nearly like 10 seconds or so of kind of this weird like slowed down time where you can like barely move, but you can fully feel like yourself being like stretched over a very long distance. Turris, it is up to you if you...
Spaghettified.
It is up to Turris if you feel this at all, since it is very similar to teleporting through your door, but maybe you do feel it not teleporting through your door. You can tell me. And then, after a moment, you feel the ground kind of like shift under your feet. And the crystal matrix says, "We have arrived."
Back at the old Arx position now.
Wait a second. I know that waterfall.
Oh, come on. Ah!
Wait,
I see. So that was a snapshot of the place where the Arx used to be?
Yeah.
I see.
was bait on the walls? Was bait on the walls?
I think bait was on the walls.
I fear bait was on the walls.
No. You guys told the crystal not to take me.
We just didn't give you clearance.
Yeah, exactly. You told him not to take me.
We didn't get the mercenaries clearance. Oh, uh-oh.
No, we technically did. I would have made sure the mercenaries had clearance.
Oh well. If Bait and Isha were too close together, the world would explode. So it works.
I would be too powerful having
Yeah.
Bait and Isha.
That's
Yeah.
correct. The entire party's heads would explode within the day.
Exactly.
So what? Bait like just drops into a precipice where the Arx used to be.
Correct.
Along with my scroll of protection.
Well,
Oh!
that's convenient.
Also correct.
Oh my gosh. Now it's left. The audience is left wondering if he survived.
He probably dies because he tries to use the scroll to tries to land on the scroll.
Doesn't know how to use
Protect
magic.
himself.
I think even falling onto a spike, I do not take 120 points of damage.
I was gonna say, only narratively could he die in that situation, because I know mechanically he would definitely survive. It's just a funny idea, thinking about a character, just any character, that has a scroll of protection but is so dumb, tries to use it to land on.
Oh, I use it like a parachute, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, if it was a parachute, it'd be funny if it worked.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
The crystal matrix says that you have arrived, as you were all gathered in that central chamber.
I'm gonna go out to one of the towers and climb up to the top and look at where we are.
All right. It does not take much climbing to see. First of all, it is nighttime. You guys have not slept yet.
Oh my god. You're so right. You're so right. Who needs
So,
sleep?
In the midst of the night. However, over the eastern wall, you do see, like, you don't see the city yet until you do climb up to the top of the tower, but you see these columns, these sheets of light hanging in the air, like sunbeams passing through clouds or dust, and just these like sheets of bright light, as if it were almost as if it were daytime east of you. So you climb to the top of the tower. Whoever wants to be following can. And you see the city just bathed in this light at the moment. Just, like I said, tall columns, sheets of light, kind of like hanging, almost like billowing about the town. But the town is lit as though it were daylight at the moment.
I'm gonna pull out my spyglass, see if I can see anything specific.
Yeah, Stairs will kind of take that in beside you, and she'll say quietly, "Hey, that must be her. All of that. I think that's what I was seeing, that fog."
She's just everywhere now.
I couldn't say. At least parts of her. And I'll activate my vengeful sight again.
Okay. Closer, you still get that kind of fog effect a little bit, but there is actually, being this close, a sharper figure, like a more defined point that you can see amidst the fog. Reminding you, at least for now, a little bit of like, I mean, you haven't seen Turris through your vengeful sight, but you know that Turris is both this body and also like the tower and the tower grounds.
And the defined point, where is it in the city?
Isha, later that night, about where would Isha be?
She's probably actually like on the banister, right? That's like the outer wall of a fortress. The city is surrounded by a giant wall, right?
Yes, correct. There is a sequence of walls. There is like an outer wall of the city, yes.
Yeah. It's after, and she's like sort of just like standing on the outer wall.
Excellent. So yeah.
Can I see this with spyglass?
Stairs will direct you to where she's seeing. She'll explain, like, now that I'm focusing harder, it seems that perhaps Isha's both this fog, this light, and standing on the fortress wall. And she'll kind of help direct your spyglass where it needs to be.
You are trying to point it directly at the brightest point.
Oh.
Do that for 2 seconds and yeah, look away. Whoop.
Yeah, big glare on the spyglass.
Ah.
I'm going to take this as a good sign, at least.
Well, we're not immediately under attack, so.
Speaking of which, and I'll swivel around and take a gander towards the old Doradine Manor.
Yes. So, you are a good 100 or so miles away. So you definitely can't see the manor. You can see kind of that tear in the sky. It looks much smaller at this distance, of course, but you can kind of see the occasional like flare from it. Nothing appears to be flying at you like a missile or anything like that.
Good.
At the moment, there is no immediate danger.
Should we take the oxen towards the city then? Well, actually, perhaps we should stay here since it is focused on a ley line and we need to stay here to recharge, yes?
Yes.
Very good.
Didn't you have some way of communicating with Isha from a distance?
I have, where's my spare?
Well, I'm sure she's noticed us.
Sure. Yeah. Yes, I can't imagine. She couldn't.
Considering where I saw her standing, I imagine she's been looking, anticipating.
Waiting, watching, the mystery. Yeah, I guess I'll send message. And I guess I'll say, so I take it things went well then.
All as planned.
And the same on our side.
Yes, I see that you were successful. My trust was well placed.
Right. Trying to think about if we want to leave the Arx or if actually I'll can you are you able to come to us?
I still need a little bit of time to absorb the ambient energy here.
And how much time is that? A night's rest, perhaps?
I don't know. My
Well-
new body is not yet fully formed. There are
Very
still
well.
bits of it that are soft and require hardening.
Very well. We will stay aboard the Arx. If you need more assistance, we can send it. We've lucked into some mercenaries, and they're going to help defend the Arx.
If you insist.
We are going to get some rest ourselves, so long as the winged beast does not try to attack in the night.
It is too busy keeping the hole in the sky open.
Yes, I know, but I'm rather worried that it's going to change its desires once it realizes so many of the Seraph's enemies are concentrated in one spot.
I am not sure if the creatures actually technically aligned with the Seraph.
One of the most curious things I've heard all night.
I have work to do. Rest well.
Very well. And Isha,
Turris.
I think I'll save it for when we meet in person.
Of course.
Good luck. And I guess we have to literally. Oh wait, we're not gonna move the keep anyhow. I'm gonna move down and go talk to the mercenaries real quick.
For the purposes of recharging things or anything like that, the time it'll take for it to move the 4 or 5 miles, however close you want to get, is
Mhm.
relatively. It'll clear that distance fairly quickly.
Oh, we have to stay in this spot like to charge from the ley line below us, right? Or can we move in?
You have a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay, so we'll move in as
Like it can,
as close as possible.
it has a range it can jump beyond like ley line nexuses and stuff. If you want to, it depends on what your intent is, but it can like set up anywhere. It can just like stop moving and generate the shield anywhere. If you want to recharge the jump, then you would need to go find specifically some kind of a place to hunker down, which may not be right at the spot where it is right now.
Okay, so basically we have access to all of its like tools except for the jump right now, and
Correct.
if we want to jump, we just have to stick around the area to keep recharging.
Yes.
Okay. And we'll take it in closer to the city, I guess. And I'm gonna talk to the mercenary leader and tell her to have, what was it? Is there 4 turrets or is there 5? I can't remember.
4.
4. I'm gonna tell her to have 4 of her guys get acquainted with the ballistas on those turrets, like assign 4 guys that are probably the best at it, and have them get familiar with them, and then have other guys just like patrolling the known entrances and keeping an eye on the blown out hangar.
Gotcha. Sounds good. The outside camera view of the Arx definitely shows like a little bit about that blown out hangar, like occasionally just shedding a couple of rocks, just tumbling a little bit after things shifted in the jump. And there's like the waterfall that was pouring into the lake on the top floor that was then like pouring out the eastern door, kind of like over the course of the night, slows to like a trickle very quickly and then stops. And you're just left with the pond on the courtyard floor. And yeah, they will figure out how to work those ballista. Which is a word that was a bit of a stretch for what they are. They're a little bit more technical than that, but the Crystal Matrix just picked a word in the local tongue.
If it helps, then I would instruct the crystal to instruct them on how to use it.
Yes, they will. They definitely need assistance with that, so they get busy with that.
Cool.
All right. And it sounds like everyone can get a rest if they would like.
Would I?
Would I?
Finally, Jesus Christ.
I know.
Spell slots for 3 sessions? 4?
It had been a bit.
Oh no. I just realized that if Bait does survive, then he's going to totally destabilize the ecosystem of that cave.
Oh no.
There'll be nothing
Maybe
left alive.
he'll become king of the. Oh, what were those
The
geckos?
giant stone lizard things.
The element. Those guys. Oh, the Zekogeki. They had a name.
That sounds right.
That's the one that came to me.
He's gonna eat them all. He's gonna eat every last one of them.
Yeah, what you don't realize is that actually bait is an invasive species.
I thought he asserted dominance by knocking that one off the waterfall. Now the whole
No,
perspective.
that one fell.
No.
It actually
Yeah,
was
but you were
just
right
its
there.
own fault.
There was nothing that bait had anything to do with in that entire situation.
He just happened to be at the top.
Yeah, literally.
he was waiting for it and just.
Oh, goodness.
If it had ego, it was bruised.
All right. And it sounds like you draw the door somewhere on the Arx. Anything anyone would like to do that night?
Steris is going to commune with her patron.
Okay.
So she'll. Where in the Arx would I do this? Probably wherever she can feel closest to nature, and the courtyard is kind of the best bet. And she'll like perhaps coil herself before the pond. Put her Strix will come down from where he typically kind of coils himself around her upper arm and into her palms as she does her communing. Oh.
Don't mind me.
You're fine. And we don't necessarily have to roleplay it all out, but she's essentially going to her patron to ask if they know anything about the great and rotten mother, and if they have any direction or ability to help her free her sisters from her influence.
I do not have any knowledge of this rotting mother.
I feared as much, but I needed to ask nonetheless.
As for your sisters, not knowing the rotting mother, I could make soldiers of them. Perhaps keep them from her influence for a time. But I could not cure them.
Is that an ability you have access to now?
Keeping them under my influence instead of hers.
Mm.
I believe so. It would depend
What
a
would
lot
be-
on them.
What would be required of them?
Willpower above all else. And a willingness to serve me as their deity. And to follow my tenets. If they are not willing to become my soldiers, then there is little that I could do.
I see. I'm grateful for the option. I'll present it to them.
It's kind of like another moment of kind of like quiet thought, and then just the equivalent of like a nod and then a like a receding of your patron's presence.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then after my conversation with my patron, I'll go to the crystal. This is all like kind of in our bit of downtime before we sleep. And ask about the effects that stasis has on those that are under it.
For all effects, for all intents and purposes, time stops for those under stasis. There should be simply no change to the subject as long as the stasis is stable and maintained.
Great. I think after communing with her patron, getting the information about about stasis from the crystal, Steris will kind of hastily rush off towards the stasis pod, and then as she comes up to it, and I can imagine there's like a panel you can kind of view whoever's inside.
Yes.
She'll take in like her sister's form and for a moment like touch her hand to the panel, hesitating a bit as she reconsiders opening it, and instead chooses not to in this moment, as she has a bit of hesitation about how Scribe would react to potentially becoming a soldier to Steris's patron, and instead choosing to have more options to offer her sister before kind of torturing her with false hope, or perhaps torturing herself with false hope. And she'll sleep in front of the door to the stasis chamber.
Okay. Yeah. I think Scry, when you kind of like approach the stasis chamber, that like she's frozen with that last face that she was making, kind of stuck there in time. And it was kind of this like mix of consideration and still kind of peace at the same time.
Yeah, Steris will choose to focus on the hope that that expression gives her and try to dream of happier futures.
All right. And you go to bed knowing that you will not be pulled into a dream council this night. Anyone else have anything they would like to do that night before they reconvene in the morning? All right. So, you all sleep through the night. You can hit your rest button if you have not already. Some of you have M's on your hero points. Like some of them are marked as myth points, and some of you do not. Okay, question, real quick. Turris and Steris, have you picked mythic callings in any mythic feats?
I've picked my mythic calling.
That is why. Okay, cool.
I have not yet. I've been actively reading them as we play.
Got it.
Oh, he's studying.
All right. Just
There's
wanted
so much to read.
wanted to be on top of that. All right. So, you all wake up in the morning. In the morning light, Isha can tell me differently, but I do imagine the light that was kind of hanging over the city is somewhat lower in luminosity now, starting to fade just a little bit after the a burst of energy from the initial ritual.
Yeah,
All right.
that checks out. It's much less vivid. It does not look like two suns have risen, as it were.
Got it. All right. So you can kind of see, I would say, the light on the buildings now. There's like some spots where like the western sides of these buildings are lit up in the morning, almost like they are being reflected off of some other surface, like back upon the city. But things are calming down somewhat.
Steris is very eager to make her way into the city. So I imagine first thing in the morning, she's at the skiff, perhaps pestering Luca about getting it going. If he's still on the Arx, I believe.
He is, yes. I believe
Okay.
that you did not. Another question about someone who may or may not still be on the Arx. Did you send Archivist back to the archival station?
Oh.
Well, we did bring her back on the Arx.
Yes.
Keep her safe during the Somnalu situation.
I think we would have had a brief conversation with her. Like, I think we would prefer her to be with us, but we, like, if she said
I think
that
she needs to man her station.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, what's the station doing right now? Exactly. It's monitoring a hole in the wall anyhow. A hole in the
It's
we know. It's there already.
So it was not there to monitor the Arx. It was there before the Arx ever made it to this planet.
Yeah.
And it just monitors and relays communications.
I mean, if it's still active, then I guess it would make sense for her to go back. Do we have a line to her if she, like, detects anything?
Yes. Yes, correct.
Okay. But that's fine. I guess that we definitely would have sent her back.
Very well. But yeah, Luca is still here. He's been working on the skiff, a couple of other projects that he has picked up in the hangar. And he says, if you come to check on the skiff, he says, it is plate worthy now. It will fly, such as it is. I believe that it relies on the Arx itself to fly up and down, and otherwise hovers over land. And it goes quite quickly. Goes faster than a horse, I would think, even when fully loaded. And does not come with the same resting considerations and food considerations, of course. But worth noting that it does not fly on its own merits. Away from the influence of the Arx.
So basically, there's like a bubble that it can go away from the Arx in.
Yes, yeah, correct.
And it'll just fall out of the sky if it goes too far.
It will... Yes, it will fall with style. It will glide to the ground if it is away from the Arx. It will not plummet like a rock.
Great. Well, I'm eager to test it out.
I am as well. I would love to see this thing fly. It's quite a wondrous piece of machinery.
I have to ask, which workshop do you prefer? The one here on the Arx or the one back in the tower? You now have your choice.
One on the tower is more personalized and homey. This one is wondrous. Quite advanced. It like gestures up to like the pulleys and like the cranes up above. It's like lots of equipment for working on larger machines. Just working on even the golems in here, those constructs that tourists brought back, the balls, would be much easier in here.
Well, I'm glad that you have the diversity of space to expand your projects.
Yes. If I had to pick one, I would say the tower, but it would always be a treat to working here for a while.
Lucky for you, I believe Turris drew a door.
Excellent. Yeah, if you're going to take this out, it should be okay. If there are no projects for me here, I will maybe go visit the tower for a time. And catch up.
Perhaps Neria as well.
Like, blushes before he even finished the sentence, and he's like, yes.
You should definitely show her your new workspace.
I think she will be excited to see it. Yeah, I'll invite her back.
So does this thing come back up on its own?
Yes, it will be able to, when you, same with going away from the Arx, coming back, it will be able to fly up.
Great. I don't have to like command it to come back up.
Right. I think it'll be self-explanatory that the controls are fairly intuitive.
Great. And Steris will board it.
Okay. All right. Happy travels. Hopefully, let me know if there are any troubles with it, if it acts weird in any way. I'm going to go back to the tower. And he will exit.
Would it make most sense to have a door in the crystal room, or maybe actually in like the little courtyard area inside that room or outside?
Are you asking for opinions?
Yeah, just opinions.
Oh.
Thematically, what would be the better one?
Well,
Not that it matters too much, but I like my thematics.
I always opt for the door to be more secure, so I imagined it in the crystal room.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Put it on the outside of the wall.
Yeah.
So anybody who walks through just falls through.
Whee!
It's an option. It's an option for sure.
I'll just keep it in the crystal room. It's fine. I'm also gonna ask Crystal if there are any self-repairing functions, or if we're gonna have to like get a crew in here to fix the other hangar.
There is no self-repair function. You could enlist the golems to move the rubble, but they have no ability to repair the hangar itself, nor the northern wall, nor the keep.
All right. Not exactly sure who we're going to patron to such delicate work, but we'll find somebody. Have the golems start clearing the rubble at the very least.
I will relay the command.
Additionally, what are they? Oh, Amber and Ash, right? Yeah. Additionally, allow the Amber and Ash mercenaries to issue simple commands to the golems, but any commands that my party makes supersedes theirs, of course.
Of course. Their role is primarily a defensive one, not a command one. Is
Right.
that correct?
Yes. I just, if they need to move the golems around to protect somewhere they can't, then I just want them to be able to do so.
Very well.
Right. I am going to go watch for our winged friend. And it goes up to the...
He's so paranoid.
Yep. He is very, very paranoid right now.
All right. What are Turkon and Scene doing on the Arx? And does Steris let
Getting
anyone
ready
know
to
she's...
jump off.
Excellent, excellent. Has
No.
Steris
What?
let anyone know that she is departing to
No.
the city? Okay.
No.
Dang, she's just going.
She let Luca know.
Excellent. So, as you are relaying this conversation to the crystal, and before you depart the crystal room yourself, you see Luca walk in, kind of like give you a nod, head toward the door. And then you proceed to the tower to look out for Isha, who I don't know if Isha has any intention of coming aboard the Arx right now.
I'd be surprised if she ever set foot on this thing.
Right. Turkan Sinabakchin, any particular desires? Anything you would like to do? You're getting ready to jump.
no,
I heard that.
Other than that, no, not really.
All right. I think you guys are not too far from the city itself at this point. I think you've pulled up toward the outer wall and yeah. All right.
Scene would just be, I think he would spend some time just like asking the crystal a bunch of things, just trying to see like if there's any more information that he can figure out that, or like anything that might pertain to him. But probably asking just very dumb questions.
Okay.
Sort of wasting its time.
Great. Cool. Very well. So, Isha, what are you doing this fine morning in Songale?
I'm 98% sure I have a meeting with Queen Redmore and what's her name? The other queen.
Okay. So, Redmore and
Ida?
Ida Wolf, yes.
Yeah, Ida Wolf. I'm pretty sure I have a meeting with them.
All right. We can jump. Would we like to take a break before we get into the last hour?
No, we should just keep playing since we've been playing for so long.
Momentum. If people need to pee, they can just leave.
Okay. I need to get someone else into conversation so I can stretch my legs then.
Oh,
Yeah,
if you need to stretch your legs, okay.
Yeah, I need to step away for at least 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
All right. Forced break.
Not a forced break. Although I do think
it is literally forced.
I was gonna say I would continue until someone else is having conversations, but we've managed to avoid that entirely.
Yes, we have.
Very well. A quick 5-minute break. Forced break. Sorry,
All right.
I apologize.
It's all good.
I know, Monty. How dare I? How dare I? I am back. Sorry about that. Really wanted to stretch my legs and grab
Welcome
some
back.
water and stuff.
No, you're totally fine. We're just giving you a hard time.
How fucking dare you?
I know.
Duality.
Before the session, I was like, I cannot wait for the party to get together and just blab the whole time. It'll be the whole set. We'll have like an hour of stuff to start, and then it'll just be 3 hours of the party talking to each other. Yeah,
Why do
fucking
you-
right.
I don't understand why you thought that.
It's just, I'm just the most interesting person to talk to here. It's fine.
Well,
I'll take it as a
also,
compliment.
You don't ever just force us to be all in the same room.
I don't.
You don't ever say this is where you are.
Monty, I will make that apology. I will humble myself to far enough to apologize for being human. I can do that.
You are not a person, so you can stop saying the H word.
Okay.
I don't know what Monty said, but
He said, as long as you apologize for daring to have basic human needs.
you don't have basic human needs.
Oh my god.
Getting up and stretching is not a basic human need, let's be honest.
It is for basic humans that don't like
You forget
deep
that
vein
you're
thrombosis.
a squid in a flesh suit.
I'm a hypochondriac who will invent having like blood clots and stuff. So
From sitting for 2 hours.
exactly.
Yeah.
It has been 3. It has been 3 hours.
Oh, you're
I
right.
have-
You're right.
I have never had a blood clot.
I mean, I assume neither
I
have
don't
I.
think he has either.
I have never had a blood clot, Varys. And I sit
Because I
almost
stand up and
certainly
stretch
way
regularly.
more than you.
Fine. That's fine.
Your blood's different. Varys's blood needs him to stand every few hours.
It is
His blood is thicker.
It
It's
is.
actually
is
motor
just
oil
good
with
to
gravel
stand.
inside.
It is good to stand and stretch and move around every once in a while
It is.
so that you don't get blood clots in your legs that move to your lungs and kill you.
Yeah. Totally fair.
You probably would notice, other than all the ones that you wouldn't notice. Hello, Tauros. Thank you for the
I
raid.
have a standing
Hi.
desk that I need to use more for this reason.
Standing desks are great.
My party was already giving me
No, it's
some
just
guff,
My
giving me
cat
some
jumps underneath
lip
it,
for-
and then he just claws my leg, and I
for taking a break. So I'm gonna get back to running these folks. But it is wonderful to have you all, and thank you for stopping on by. We're playing some Pathfinder. We are getting the party back together after we split the party for a while.
You thought that we would be together at all, considering Sarah is trying to do her whole plan in one session.
Yeah, that's true.
And most of her plan involves being alone.
Sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, and talking to you.
It
Varys.
does
So
Like I
involve
said,
me
actually-
talking.
I'm just taking
So
it as a compliment.
Actually, it's like you're talking about a thing and you're like, I wonder, why is everyone talking to me? And I'm like, it's just Sarah, actually.
That's only sort of true.
Guilty.
However, speaking of it just being Sarah, let's move to the throne room, where Isha.
I can force other people to be here.
Who would you like to force to be there? How complicated do you want to make this?
I do just cast sending on Taurus.
Very well.
Speaking of which, I don't think he's back.
That's fine. I've just said like this.
Well, I'll
this is what I'm
relay it.
doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm fucking doing to him.
Isha's saying what's happening.
Mhm.
Purse is being summoned, and he will be in this throne room.
He will be in this throne room. He will be here. I will just tell him that looking, like just sitting, looking for the dragon will not make it come any faster. It's not coming. Anyways,
Oh no, the winged friend here is you, I think.
No, he's looking for the dragon.
Maybe. That could be as well.
No,
He also
he is looking
mentioned
for the dragon. He is so paranoid
He is mega paranoid about the
that the
winged-
dragon is coming here.
You could be right. He made references to both being scared that the dragon was on the way and also like references of waiting for Isha to show up at this flying castle. And you both have wings, so it's I may be making a misjudgment. Anyway.
Spoiler. No.
What? You should always have wings.
I know.
So you're casting Ascending. I probably don't have to know the contents until Turris is back. Are we holding off on this meeting until such time as...
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with waiting.
Okay.
Like, I know that you wanted everyone to be here for this, so I'm happy to wait.
Oh, is this about the young Oradide?
Yeah, is this about Martel? Yeah, it is.
Okay, very well. Very well.
Also, I have my elite employees looking for any party members of mine if they come down, because Isha's convinced that they'll just come down to her.
Excellent. So Sarah, Mitchel has successfully bounced the ball back to you.
Yeah, he really has.
So you...
Does one of his elite employees conveniently find me?
Yeah, I think you're like flying down on the skiff, and I'll just say you're landing outside kind of like the front gate area, somewhere out there. And like walking out of the gates is, I suppose I could do... You don't have anyone in particular on this duty, you're just like... Your elite employees are just looking out for the party members?
Yep.
Very well. Wow. Okay. The dice say, in fact, that it is Tribert who is like kind of walking out the front gate. To me, to the approaching skiff.
Excellent. Stars will exit the skiff alone. Like, oh, were you sent to be my welcome party?
I was. I believe that. Everyone has their eyes out for your troop. I was the one on the gate.
Lucky me, my instincts were correct. You were just who I was hoping to run into.
He opens his mouth to speak and kind of like furrows his brow. He's like, and this here I was about to apologize for misfortune.
I think you'll find that I'm the only one here. The rest of them are still aboard the Arx. But I was hoping to have a private conversation.
Very well.
And Stars will kind of look around. Is there like I don't know, anywhere kind of out of sight or like among a tree line?
Yeah, the tree line
Kind
is
of moving us out from right under the Arx and right near the skiff.
Sure, yeah. The trees are kind of like cut away back to past the river. But you guys can move beyond that, get kind of behind the tree line. There are plenty of little like bridges and things along that river. So you can step through that tree line and be a little out of sight from any spyglasses or light sheets or any such things.
Excellent. as we're moving, Stairs will kind of beckon him to follow. And she'll say that since our last conversation, I've been reflecting a lot on it and on events I've experienced in my time away from the city. And I'm hoping perhaps things could go better this time.
Well,
I
I've
was
been thinking as well. I have a few more. Plucked a few more memories out. So perhaps I'll be a little more helpful this time.
What was that process like for you?
Well, I don't mean to talk out my own situation, but there is... Dying and coming back is its own bit of fog. And then beyond that, there is... sorting through the memories that Augustine tucked away. It's a little like... opening an old trunk that you've forgotten about. Pulling things out, being surprised by what's there. Only in my situation, most of the trunk is full of... Kind of shakes his head. Full of stuff
Full of
I'd rather...
horrible memories.
Yeah. Things I'd rather tuck back away and close the trunk and not sift through. Makes it a little hard to focus on getting through it.
Facing our deepest traumas and worst experiences is difficult work. I had the opportunity to meet another one of the men you worked with. I don't know if you'll... Well, it doesn't matter. At first, I saw him much as I saw you, through the lens of that trauma, the lens of my anger, my outrage at what had occurred, and... Well, I didn't see him as a man. I saw him as part of that horror. And I feel that I approached you in much a similar way. So, I appreciate you sifting through those memories. You said you found something you thought would be useful?
I'm still collecting. And he kind of stops. He's like, it is fine for you to stay mad at me. Right and proper, even.
I never said anything about not still being mad at you. But I do have a question for you. If you could go back and do it over again, what would you change?
A lot of things, I'd say. Were it up to me, I'd never have gone up that mountain in the first place. Start the walk toward being like this.
Do you remember what drove you to it in the first place?
I do. I seem to have a bit of a penchant for running away from things. I not make a good heir, I'd say. Never been one for living up to expectations.
Are you running now?
He shakes his head.
In the affirmative?
He says he's not running now.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, then it sounds to me like you're making the best of this third chance. I can't quite keep track of it all.
It's a bit depressing to keep count. I was still running. Together you have a bit of a rocky relationship with Isha. I was still running from the stuff that's in my head. And she put a stop to it.
I see. Oh,
So whatever else...
I got logged out.
Oh, weird.
It's okay. Keep going.
Whatever else might be going on. Because of her return of me, know that she wants me to be as useful as I can to you. At least so far
She
as
wants you to
the-
be
Mem-
useful to me.
At least so far as the memories of your family go.
Ah, I see. Well, I do look forward to any help that you can provide. I do also, well, after my encounter with Anders, among other things, I've been called to see things from a different perspective. And I recognize that I wasn't allowing myself to see the context in which you were involved in what happened. And I do apologize for that. And I hope that perhaps we could work together.
Gives kind of a sideways, like, half nod. Not totally sure where this is going. Looking a little bit like... Traverse looked skittish nearly every time you've talked to him, which is very strange for, like, a 7-foot-tall wolf man.
Your wariness is flattering. I was rather outraged when you were brought back. Felt like something I was trying to run away from myself was forcibly brought right back in front of my face. Forced me to look at it again, and it was easier in that moment to run away. And I also know something of having a complicated relationship with Isha, so I've come to recognize we perhaps have more in common than I initially thought. And I recall you sharing that first night when we spoke after you were brought back in this new form, that you would let me do as I will regarding you.
He nods. It does not sound like you've revenge in mind for me at this point.
Mm-mm. No, I think we are past that. I'm seeing now that what little satisfaction I got from slaying that old version of you did nothing to actually quell the pain. And now I have a real opportunity to truly hold on to something I thought was lost. And that fire that once fueled that need for revenge, for justice, well, it's helping to fuel something else now. But that's not what I intend for you to be involved with. I'm hoping that you can secure something for me. I know that you work quite closely with Isha. And are you aware of the project she has Luca working on?
Kind of tilts his head, kind of like racks his brain a little bit, and gives a small shake of his head. I don't believe that's been shared with me.
Great. Well, she's having Luca work on some collars she intends to use to subjugate the Four. And what I'd like you to do is collect them for her. Go to Luca, get the collars, the schematics, all the materials he's using for them, and say that you're picking them up on Isha's behalf so she can test them. And instead of giving them to her, you'll bring them to me.
He kind of like almost leans back a little bit and like crosses his arms. Thinks about that. You should ask for what purpose.
I think, just as I found that you and I have more in common than I initially thought, I think Isha and I have more in common as well. And what I'm seeing is she, if I dare to speak it, is also on a revenge quest of her own. And I don't think subjugating the Four this way will give her the satisfaction she's seeking. And I think the rest of my party members don't know how to stand up to her. Isha's brilliant. She's capable. She has more understanding of this world than any of us. But I think she often underestimates what us mortals deem valuable. And she fails to see things from other perspectives. So I hope to try to temper her a bit. And I think if the moment comes and those collars must be used, well, I'd rather be the one to make that decision.
Kind of nods. I don't think I'll be able to keep this a secret from her once it is done.
I don't expect it to remain a secret.
He He kind of nods. Didn't sound like it. I've no door to get back to the tower at the moment.
Lucky for you, there's a skiff right here you can hop on and get back up. There's a door on the Arx.
Very well.
Now, where was Isha trying to send me? You were collecting us.
I believe there is business at the palace.
I'll make my way there. Thank you.
Gives you kind of like a long look and then like a little nod. Like, does I'm happy to. You know you don't mean this as a betrayal of Isha, but kind of shakes his head. I won't ask anything of you, but I do hope this is the last time you ask me to act against her. And then kind of like does one more kind of nod. But if you feel you must in the future, then I have a partnership with Isha, but I will always owe you everything. And he'll
Do this.
Go ahead.
Do this for me, and I'll consider us even.
well, that'll make one of us. And he'll start climbing onto the skiff and just completely mode shifting, just under his breath, just like, oh, in the hell? Just trying to figure out how to work the thing. All right. And where do you go from there? You head toward the palace?
Yes, I'll be a good little party member and go right to the palace.
Excellent. Isha, Voraktee is now back. You were casting Ascending in Turris's direction.
Get to the palace. Looking for the thing is not going to make it come here any faster.
Turris, you can
Number
respond.
you have dialed is not in service. He would have only spent like 5 or 10 minutes watching the rift anyhow, and then he would have gone to tending the arcs, basically, kind of like evaluating the damage in the hangar more thoroughly and the other damage around the fortress, and seeing what he thinks that he might be able to fix himself versus what he might need to, or they might need to like bring in more people to help fix. But at the message, be like, very well, I'll be there momentarily.
All right. You make your way to the other hangar, to the skiff.
No, I'm just gonna pull the whole Arx up to the castle.
It's not a great place to
dock. We're just gonna dock castles.
Well,
No, yeah, I'll go to the skiff.
okay. And I assume that's after. Well, Cherkon, you said you were going to jump off.
I sure did. Hey, Satan, you want to go for a ride?
What should happen?
Let's do it.
Turkon needs to grab Scene and just yeet, and then Scene needs to blaze.
I didn't
Fly
catch any
into
of
the
that.
Hell
You were
yeah.
a real robot.
Oh, can you hear me now? I don't know if I think Konnor heard me.
I can hear you now, yeah. It was only for that precise 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. You gotta yeet him at the city, and then he can do the blazing dive inward and comet into the city.
I was just thinking about, getting the Bjorn.
Bjorn scene.
Yeah, if it's safe enough, I'll just do a running jump off the side of the Arx,
Safe enough.
holding on to Scene if he wants to go.
Yeah. You just land
Oh yeah.
taking no fall damage. Just like with Scene in the Bjorn, perhaps. And you gracefully manage to land without taking any fall damage. I don't know if you go into a roll or how you manage that.
Like a sideways roll, you know?
Yeah. All right.
I guess that wouldn't really work too well with my horns either.
Well.
No, just a superhero landing then.
Excellent.
Enough to make a crater in the ground. Or at least cracks, you know?
Yeah. Using the ground to absorb some of the impact, as well as your knees and thighs. And where do you two head?
I'm just gonna, wander the streets for a bit.
All right.
Getting my tax.
Excellent.
Scene would go try and find a bar or anywhere that there's like music potentially or potential to play music.
The bars are in
specifically if there's a rich part of town.
It is the morning. The bars are pretty quiet at the moment. Many bars are in fact still closed.
Rich people are freaks and are obsessed with waking up early.
You're right. Roll a society check.
That's why I'll never
so
be rich.
Many morning routines from billionaires.
I wake up at 2 a.m. after 10 minutes of sleep.
Good God.
And then I
Oh my God.
infuse my kid's blood.
Yeah, you definitely find you find a
It's like a bloodhound for the rich.
You find a breakfast place that is serving like
Mimosas.
Exactly. Serving some breakfast mimosas and you find it. You find your rich bar.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if you're carousing or if you're just jamming. You're just playing and trying to build some presents.
I think Scene would go in and try to find somebody who like works there to talk to and be like, "Hey, are you cool if I put on a show?"
Just to keep that society check going, yes, you're able to just start playing. No problem.
Perfect. Scene would then just go to the corner of this breakfast place. Announce himself to everybody. And if you guys like what I'm doing here, you can feel free to toss some change, and Scene would like look at somebody, like lower his glasses and be like, maybe a few gold coins. If you like what I'm playing, and then he'll just start going into performing.
You get the closest person you kind of like looks around to the rest of the group, rest of the like room, and just kind of like nods, and they'll like start doing a polite pre-clap before you even start playing, and some other people will like join in with that, giving their approval, and you'll start jamming. First, while they are sorting themselves out in the city, what do you do after getting that sending?
I'll let the what's the lead mercenary's name again?
Oh man. Okay, I'm not finding it very easily.
I was gonna say I don't
Whatever
think
it
we got
is.
it. Lead
Guys,
mercenary person.
I thought we got it last time. I maybe didn't.
You did not. We didn't get anyone's names.
Oh,
We
yeah,
did
kinda, It was kind of at the really tail end of the session, so yeah, that's true.
That's like the one piece of information I always write down is names and who they
Oh,
are, but
Well,
we
I
did
know
not
we
get
intro-
names.
We introduced ourselves. I thought she said her name too, or did she just say that we are the premier
She introduced
mercenary group?
Yeah,
Amber
she
and
just
Ash?
kept yammering about her mercenary company, and she said it was nice to meet us, and then that was it.
Okay. So yeah, she will give her name.
Is her name Amber?
You're really funny.
And her lieutenant is Ash.
Her lieutenant girlfriend?
Yeah.
Lieutenant girlfriend. Anyway, considering that for the future, she will give her name as Lila.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to Lila. Let her know that our little party is going to be visiting the city. So just oh, and he'll probably like just use message to check in with her once every hour or two or something like that, just to make sure everything's still fine because he's paranoid.
Sounds good.
He won't mention the part that he's paranoid. He's just let her know that. Yeah.
You could
Okay.
also just tell the crystal to tell the scene if the crystal sees something. Like, I'm pretty sure the thing has like a sensor that it can sense things with. Certainly.
Yes.
Oh wait, I could just. Yeah, that's true. But also, Turris is paranoid, and he could probably just message the crystal every 5 minutes and ask if everything's okay every 5 minutes.
Correct.
The crystal doesn't have emotions, so he won't even get annoyed.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Excellent. Perfect. Won't even need to talk to the mercs then. Probably will check in every once in a while just to see if they're doing okay and, just get status on stuff from their perspective. But
Sounds
it's
good.
not a big deal. I would ask if they have any other mercenaries here to pull in to help with a guard rotation or anything, like here at the city.
She says she'll see what she can do.
Just that I'd ask.
As you are having those conversations, you will get a crystal matrix will speak in your head and just say, "Skiff returning."
That's fine.
Just yeeting down to the ground.
I'm gonna heighten it and yeet straight to the
Oh, wow.
as close to the castle as I can.
Wow.
Let's see, heighten 5. Increases to a mile. Yep, you can just so let's see. Go ahead and roll a counteract check for me. If you're trying, are you trying to actually teleport into the palace?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, go ahead and roll a counteract check.
How do I do that?
It's basically just your spell modifier.
Is there a button for it? Is it just my spell DC? Do I roll that like the?
It's next to your spell DC. It's like the dice button next to your spell DC.
Okay.
All right. So you try to teleport directly to the palace, and you feel something like just running into a brick wall at full speed, and you kind of like bounce back off your teleport. There's some kind of fair enough.
What?
Fair enough. And this is with mythic proficiency.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So 38 plus 2, 4, 6. Jesus Christ. You do, in fact, teleport directly into the throne room or wherever you're trying to teleport.
Yeah, I'd probably aim for the throne room.
Okay. Isha, is that where you are waiting for the party's arrival?
Not likely. I probably am sneaking away. I'm probably having like a little prelude conversation with Marvel.
With Martle?
Yeah.
With Martle. That's important. Okay. Okay. So you teleport into the throne room.
But yeah, it's fine.
And the queen is there, like turned. Did you teleport like directly in the middle, like on the? There was like that symbol in the middle of the room, like compass rose.
Yeah, I think probably right there.
So you teleport there, and Queen Redmore is there's Queen Redmore and someone else, this like older fellow with like very kind of like bushy beard, kind of like rounded bushy beard sticking like almost more out than down, like it's at a 45-degree angle downward. And he's got like these kind of like thick spectacles. He's got like this kind of a beret style hat on, and he's holding like a few like scrolls, and like there's like a drafting board off to the side, and the first thing you hear as you pop in is like, good heavens, as this man kind of like jumps back from you and like jumbles everything he's holding, and some of it like falls to the ground. And Queen Redmore is like,
It has been quite some time. Pleasure to see you again, I'm sure.
Did this guy like actually like drop his stuff?
yes, yeah.
Oh, like he would like first like appear and then go to bow and then like see that guy drop all this stuff and he'd be like, he put his hands up like, oh, so sorry, and he like would start trying to help the guy like pick up all his stuff and be like, Queen Redmore, it's a pleasure to see you. I'm glad that you seem to be doing much better than you were before when we last saw you.
Right, I'd forgotten that you'd seen me in that sorry state. Doing quite a bit better now. Bit of food and rest does a lot of good. You shouldn't really be able to teleport in here like that. We have defenses set up that should rather prevent that.
Trying to think about how Turris would react to that. He'd be like, oh, I thought I felt some resistance at first, but I thought it would be fine.
Right, so there was a bit of... Alright, at least there was that. I had heard that Isha wanted to discuss some things once you had all arrived. I imagine that's why you're here.
Yes, I didn't think we needed to stand on pretense, considering the situation of things.
Right. Make yourself comfortable. I don't think we are all prepared here for this meeting quite yet. But I was just going over some architectural design changes with
she like pats this fellow kind of like hard on the shoulder. With Isaac here.
Rubs his chin. Really now? Architectural changes, you say?
Yes, correct. We are making some changes to this design in the stonework. We are changing it to be a little bit more solar, I'd suppose you'd say.
He kind of like shakes his head, a little taken aback, but then kind of like processes and tilts his head thoughtfully. Ah. See, I missed quite some events while we were gone reclaiming the Arx.
Well, you know what they say? Being saved as a damsel in distress once, coincidence twice. She waves her hand in the air. At any rate, we are throwing our entire support behind your troop, and this seemed a way to help kickstart certain things.
Oh, very good. So I assume then that the business with the Ordines is going to be well and full complete, considering the situation.
I should say so. I think that's what we wanted to have a discussion about. It sounded, according to Lady Ordine, that the mortal was a bit uncharacteristically resistant to saving his own skin.
That is peculiar, considering what I do know of the man as well.
Yes, I believe Shalmalal was... I don't actually know if the Queen would know that. At any rate, we are waiting for everyone to gather. And I believe that was the subject of discussion.
Very well. I suppose I'll hold any further thoughts until everyone's here. About that, anyhow, Isaac, how long have you been an architect? What do you like to work on? What's your favorite stone?
Quite like... You know, I do like marble. It's quite rare around here, but it's... And they'll start babbling. Isha, you say you are on your way to have a pre-discussion with Myrtle.
Yeah, I mean, but we can just show up with, like, Isha could just show up with Martel in tow. It's easy peasy.
You're not gonna give Tristan's new best friend Isaac time to talk about architecture.
I mean, any amount of time that you want can have passed.
Correct.
I don't really care about that.
Do you...
Steris would have arrived like right mid babble and made you stop.
Yeah, Turris would go on.
Like, have some propriety, Turris. We have business afoot. You can talk to your friend after.
Turris would definitely.
Also, how did you
nod
beat
the
me,
entire
Heap?
time. Oh, I decided that. I mean, we are. Well, somewhat guests, I assumed. So I decided to just step in.
Quite rude. You didn't even tell anyone you were leaving.
You didn't ask. I didn't know you left in the first place.
You didn't ask?
Point to you. He doesn't point at her. He means like that's 1 point.
Where are the other two?
I assume Isha is somewhere in the.
No, I know where Isha is. I meant Scene and Turkon.
I thought they were with you.
Do you guys make efforts to signal, acquire, and collect Turkon and Scene?
I'll make Turris message them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, how can they have missed? How could anyone have missed? Perhaps the biggest man on the face of the planet, and then
Floating eyeball, yeah.
in a floating eyeball.
They're not difficult to find.
Turkon's eating and Scene is singing. It's just what they do.
So when you two are messaged, do you begrudgingly or not make your way to the palace for the sake of brevity?
I suppose.
And Scene?
Am I contacted?
Yes, you were
Paris
messaged.
messages me.
Correct.
He's like, I only after I made
Um,
700 gold though.
He's like, I have a gig right now.
How long? Okay, how long do I have?
Time. Enough time.
How long have I been at this place?
You've had a good hour
you-
at this. You had a good 40 minutes at least. Schmoozing with the rich.
I'll take your first answer. I'll take your first answer, and I will try to make an impression on 20 people.
Okay, if you're making an impression, you are not earning money. If you're making an
But-
impression, you're making these people like you.
No. Listen. What if I inflame the crowd and
What?
ask
Oh,
them to
God.
give me money because I made an impression?
Make a request.
He's burning all those rich people. Nobody's upset about it, but I mean,
What?
it's happening.
And your request is give me your money?
Yeah, but like in a better way. Like,
All right.
you know, thank you so much. If you enjoyed what you heard, I would greatly appreciate anything you'd be willing to spare from your large pocketbooks.
And the request is to do this because you are a good musician. There's nothing else attached to it.
Because I'm a good musician, and it would mean that I would come back and perform more for them.
All right.
And that they could potentially request me to perform at any of their
Go
rich people parties that they need.
ahead and make a performance check, and I'll figure it out later.
Perfect.
All right. You get a collective 5 gold, and they're like, the general impression is like, yeah, we'd love to see you back. Hopefully this entices you to come back.
That's what I get for a 19. I'm joking. That is totally fine.
If you compare it to the result of spending a week earning money with performance, it's quite good.
I know. Thank you. Thank you for letting me bully you into this.
So, and you've made connections. The point
then
was
I
to
would
make
head- then
connections,
I would
right?
head
The
back.
point was to get fans, get rich fans in town.
No, the point was to.
I mean,
inflame
also
crowd
connections is nice.
so that he can two
like-
for one you,
Mhm.
nickel and dime you down.
All right. So eventually, you are all gathered in the throne room, ushered in by various attendants and guards as you arrive at the palace.
As Scene arrives, he would hand 1 gold to everyone else.
Ah, sweet, a piece of candy.
I don't need your charity.
I'll take a gold. Why not?
Scene has a single tier form,
Oh,
and
Yeah, admittedly, Turris is the one who's paying the mercenaries, right? He just
Yep.
he just paid like 40 gold. He's scrounging.
The long the long idea of the game is to see if I can't get the Ordines to pay for them instead. But
right.
I will. But I do have the money to pay them if I need to.
Wait, not for long. Okay. Okay.
So, everyone arrives. Like I said, you guys see Ida Wolf enter as well, and Isak does depart.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation.
He did. He seemed very very captured by the conversation, very charmed.
Good.
And then, Isha, you have fetched Martel. There are 2 guards that are kind of responsible for taking him to the throne room with you. Have you said anything to him so far?
Yeah, He is gagged. I refuse to let this man speak a word to me. However, I am espousing to him, you know, you should really stop being so stubborn about this.
Correct. There's like a just a very calm and then like a nod. His face the whole time since he's been pulled out of the cell is just like serene. Like not a care in the world. He's not does not seem concerned at all. So they get to the throne room. An attendant opens the door for you. Would you like to describe how Isha currently looks?
Before you, inside the doorway is a 6-foot tall woman with wearing like simple cuts of the clothes themselves are not simple, but the material in which that they are constructed with is simple. Her hair is this sort of like muddy brown, and it is pulled back and up into a like a really tight, maybe not a ponytail, but it's like a ponytail, but it got flattened and like pushed up and out and away from her head. And you can just you can show them this, right, Varys?
Let's see. Is there? Oh yes. Like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's why the queen's down bad.
Oh no, she's hot.
And as she is sort of walking, you can hear like the scratching of talons on stone. Well, we are here today to judge Martel. And she just sort of unceremoniously just kind of pushes him to the floor.
His eyes go like a little wide and he kind of like stumbles. I imagine his hands are bound as well.
Yeah, she removes his gag. Hello, all of you. I'm glad you are all here. I know that you did not have much of a choice, though, since I did ask you to come.
It is where we were meant to be. Also, I see you're no worse for the wear of your situation.
Yes, the people of this city have blessed me with perhaps something that is more comfortable for their eyes.
This is a form they chose subconsciously.
Who's to say? I do not claim to understand mortals. Not on that level, at least.
Very well. Okay, he kind of like terses. He's like, "This is a very novel situation." He kind of looks around to see if anyone like else wants to remark on it. Otherwise, he's gonna kind of like motion towards Martel.
Yeah, Steris is in a bit of a like shock that she shakes herself out of and lets out a kind of deep breath and says, "We're meant to be Martel's jury."
Hmm. Perhaps not. Do you wish for him to have one?
What do we did we know that Isha was suggested like the what is it, the Divine Tribunal or whatever it was called?
I don't
Did we hear that part,
recall.
or were we not there for that?
I don't think we were there for that.
Oh, okay, well in that case, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. How are you suggesting we handle this?
I fear that it is too late to allow him to enter the city. I cannot take this magic away from him, and therefore I cannot trust him to enter.
Well, then the answer seems simple. You should be executed.
Well, I don't fear it anymore. If that's what waits, so be it.
He's still on the ground, right?
I mean, he could stand up if he would like. Isha's not like holding him down or anything.
Yeah. He's kind of like shifting to get up because like I said, I think his hands are bound. Like shifting to at least sit up and kind of like turns toward you, Isha.
If she looks at, if they are making eye contact, her like she has a mask on her hip, and the eye begins to glow, and her hair just like turns into the soft golden light, and he has to look away.
I think he does. He kind of like blinks the light out of his eyes. And he's like,
Look at you. You are quite a bit different now, aren't you? I was beginning to wonder if you were some sort of god. One of the old ones, maybe.
Yes, that's something that gets thrown quite around a lot, involving me.
Maybe even some kind of sun god, if I had to wager.
Yes. You're so astute and observant. Okay, hold on. I'm making a sense motive check against his,
oh,
if he's afraid.
It's motive check. Is that a check anyone can do, or is that a feature of some sort?
sense motive is something anyone can do. It looks like Isha is
Oh.
doing it at mythic proficiency on the first roll, which is something you can do with feats. Yeah, not there is no fear within him right now. Concerningly so. Like, it is not
Thank
someone who is unafraid, it is someone who has had their fear removed from them.
Are you not remorseful in the slightest for what you've done? The shame and the evil that you brought into your family's home, which is
I
now destroyed.
do feel bad. I do. I truly didn't mean to betray my countrymen, and I was acting selfishly. I'm just not afraid of the consequences. The Seraph has freed me of that fear.
Interesting. Ursula Brown. Can I read aura on him?
Yeah. Does read aura take a minute to cast? Is that how it works now? Which you can do.
Yeah,
You
it
can-
does
you-
be 1 minute.
You can be spending this first minute of conversation casting that. Conversation's not moving that fast.
Mm.
Did you want Lady Ordine to be here as well, or did you want her absent?
I mean, if she thinks she can handle it, then she can be here. I'm not going to. I know it can be annoying to have everyone here, so.
I think she will have chosen to stay away.
Oh.
But Idawolf is like, her brow is furrowing. She is getting very irritated with this conversation, but holding her tongue for now, I think.
And just when did the Seraph remove the fear from your heart?
I think he kind of like turns to you and starts to blink his eyes open, turning away from that light. And you do not see eyes in his eye sockets. You see it is just like pure white, but not like shining. It is like endlessly deep, like wormholes of just blank white pouring like into his skull and beyond. There are just strange hollows where his eyes would be, of just infinite like white space. And he says, he felt my distress. Felt that I was close to wavering, and freed me from that uncertainty. And since we're at time, perhaps that is where we will leave it for the week.
Ooh.
Let me ask one question real fast. Good cliffhanger, by the way. But does it seem like that this white eye sockets is the result of him staring at Isha, or like?
Oh no. No.
Like that Isha revealed something that's already in him. Yeah, okay.
More toward the second one. Toward the second one, yes. I think a little bit.
Or he chose to reveal this like himself or something.
Somewhere in between those two. It may have become easier to reveal this than to keep it secret. I don't know if it was an intentional effect from Isha necessarily, but yeah. Thank you guys for playing. We'll get back to this. We'll answer those questions and more next week. I think everyone can play next week.
Yes.
Hey,
I can
Ryan.
play, but I have to leave about 30 minutes earlier than what we ended up
Okay.
today.
That's fine. That's fine.
Right, look. Isha's hot now. That's Isha. Isha's hot now. Oh.
You're a
Got
real
him.
one. You're a real one, right?
Isha was hot before, thank you. She was so skinny. Her waist was so snatched.
Sorry, not 30 minutes, an hour.
Yeah,
Oh, I
still
need to
totally
leave
fine.
at
We'll
10,
have
12.
I think we'll probably play the whole time. We'll have this conversation done for then, and we'll
Honestly, this conversation is ending 2 minutes in. So
You just gonna kill him? Just gonna wipe him?
Sounds like it. Sounds like maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even think Terrace would have a problem with that, honestly. So
Bro, there's
I'm
no
just-
saving this guy. The Seraph nuked him.
You got brainwiped. I'm just like, I want to know what the Seraph did specifically for the future, if that makes sense, rather than
Wiped his
argue.
brain.
Well, yeah,
So Turris can use it on his own tower denizen.
exactly. Now he's thinking.
Ooh. Want to eat
No,
all
I'm
their
just
fear?
kidding.
Something you can do, I suppose.
No.
Yeah, so then they're good puppets that don't have to deal with fear, stopping them from doing what they're assigned.
Oops. All right. Well, thank you guys again for playing. I'm going to wrap up stream. I'll be back in a minute if anyone still wants to yap or anything. And yeah,
Okie dokie.
good session. I love
Session GG's.
talking the whole time. I'm sure next time the party will have words for each other, probably, maybe. Get you guys in a minute.
We hate talking to each other.
All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. It was great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Monty. Oh, my dog's going to interrupt me. Oh, my goodness. Okay, sorry about that. Excellent timing from the dog. All right, so we're going to go find someone to raid real quick, and then we'll wrap up at night. Thank you guys for hanging out for Pathfinder. Good to see you, Monty, Fenji. And Tauros, thank you again for the raid. Appreciate that. Let me give a Tauros a shout out. You should go hang out over there. It's a great place to chill. So go and give a follow there if you have not already. I think we're gonna raid, if he's still on, we're gonna raid Secret Lunchbox. He had some music stuff going on. That's pretty cool. So I would like to go over there. If Twitch will load my following directory? What's going on? I don't have any delays. OBS is still streaming. Why can't I load Twitch? You guys are fine, right? Oh boy. Let me just see. I'll just see. I think it's my computer freaking out. Maybe my browser. Let me just take a look. Over on my phone. See if he's still on. No, I don't want it. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to be changing the name of the channel, by the way, to 20-Sided Songs this week. I might as well get that announcement out there. You've seen it in titles and everywhere else for a million months. So we are finally going to do that this week. Secret Lunchbox isn't on. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Who's on? I'll have to check out his VOD. I want to see what music stuff he was getting up to. He was starting right at the same time as me. He usually goes a bit longer. But we'll investigate that. I'll investigate that on my own. So... I don't know. We might just wrap it up. I like to forward on the love when I can. None of my friends are around right now, and I might have to go. Yeah, I'm not really up for meeting someone new right now, I don't think. Weird. Quiet Wednesday. Usually I have a few options. Okay. All right. That's fine. Well, in that case, thank you guys for hanging out. Like I said, we're going to be changing the name to 20-Sided Songs soon. I'm going to be uploading stuff. I won't get into it right now, but music will continue to come, including free music to the Patreon, the 20-Sided Songs Patreon, if you need music for any of your tabletop RPG needs. And I'm going to try to stream some music this week. I need to do quite a lot over the weekend once I get myself straightened out on some other IRL stuff. So look forward to that. We're going to try to hop on a little more often for the next few weeks, potentially months, while my work situation is in flux. So, until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you again real soon. I have it on good authority that Voraktee is going to be streaming later. If you want to go hang out over there and say hi, that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan for the night. So, you should join me. Until then, have a lovely evening and a lovely end of your week, and I'll see you all again real soon. Goodbye! Nice voice crack. Damn, Leo, I forgot to say hi and bye to Leo. Leo, you're great. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry, I'm rolling bad on my perception check. I started to shout everyone out. Wonderful to see you as well. Thank you for coming over with that raid from Tauros, and I'll see you again real soon.